in a sprinter. What's a two up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we're going to see Keenan Allen. Big plays follow him around. He comes.
Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So here are the Panthers backed up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Set, ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Second down, Young. Got his man, it's Jonathan Mingo. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Pass incomplete. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte.
Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Young. He finds his man, complete. That's Chapman. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. You talk about this Falcon defense. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
That is a... the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. On the return is Williams. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw one interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Set.
Robinson with another carry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go now.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We're week 18. This is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Hey, red.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Here we go, set.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw on second down is Young, and his throw here's incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
That throw by Young incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
On second, here's Algier. And he'll get about 3 out of that, up to the 39-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running, because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. He'll buy some time right. Open man downfield is Davis. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Robinson up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Koo now for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Check White. Commit red. Opposite. Green.
And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Young. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready, break. Yellow, line. Ready.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him. Back to throw, Ritter.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position. 3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. They're no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Opposite. Green.
Young to throw it. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's got Hurst as tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Ready?
Young looks to throw on first down. He's got Mingo. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him. And
looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Black. Yellow, lining. Blue, check. Hut.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Let's go now.
A good position to be in here, second and inches.
Set, hut. Ready.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency.
Ready.
Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Hut.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Ready.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Ready.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 2.
Set, go.
On the give, Algier headed left. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
Ready.
Hand off now to Robinson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Black swap. Go red.
On the give, here's Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Ball red. Green jack.
Going play action. Ritter out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Desmond Ritter, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into this. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Back to it after the pick 6. Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On second down, Young. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Dropped incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line. And now will they use a timeout? Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Tyler Algier and the rest of this offense making their return to the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Black Ultra.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 18.
Ready.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Amari Barno getting there to make the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ritter with it after the play fake. Got a man, it's London. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Ready?
3rd down, here's Algier. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Young on 3rd down. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just kind of wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a 4th down.
And taken right at the 35. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Atlanta regains possession of the football. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Starting the drive with Algier. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from Hawk. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Heineke. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dayo Odengbo gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. A play fake. Now Young. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against this defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us exactly why he was worried.
Yeah, this number one defense, they can put that on their highlight reel. They have been able to stop the run all season long. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And out of bounds right around the 20. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now Young. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Chapman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
Share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides.
Number one for what we've seen this season.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. On second down, a run with Herbert. 2 runs in a row, but only 2.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Off the play fake, Heineke. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Khalil Herbert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Falcons continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here we go. Hey.
1st and 10, Young. He's got Allen. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
It'll be Young again. He finds his man, complete. That's Chapman. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Young now. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ready.
Now here's Young. And his throw is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
It's Young off play action. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
This is taken around the 12. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Now Herbert to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And the play fake, and now Heineke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Young. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Young to throw it.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Young. Open man is Mingo. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Ready?
Now a 1st down throw for Young. His throw incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He finds his man complete. It's Chapman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
Again, it's Young. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. First down, and they'll start with Algier. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Herbert powering up the middle. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Atlanta, they finished the regular season with another win. They're 15th against just 2 losses. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they finish up the regular season with a mark of 12-5. And now they'll have to see how the final playoff picture will all shake out.